With me on the phone right now, I have my man, Israel, member of the 90s R&B group Coming of Age. Israel, welcome to the Time Machine.
Oh, what's up, man? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, man, it's been a long day.
Yeah, I know it's been a long day, and I know you're probably recovering from after Game 1's lost by your boys last night.
Oh, you had to go there.
Come on, man. When Paul Pierce came out of the Garden, that's all my New England people, the Garden. You know, they had to have it, but they're gonna go 7 games. I think Kobe will rebound in Game 2.
Oh, for sure. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it either, but we'll see.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we will see. Now, tell me, how did you get your start singing, doing the whole music thing prior to Coming of Age?
Man, prior to Coming of Age, it was basically, we was in high school. You know what I'm saying? We was seniors. It was the last leg of the year. And a couple of us just sang together, had already been singing together back at that time. We was all, you know, a whole bunch of little groups around the little school singing and stuff. Everybody thought they was, you know, going to be the next Boys to Men or something. Right. So, you know how that is.
So y'all was in the talent show circuit?
Yeah, we did that a couple of times. And then, but that was, you know, we had a couple of face changes, you know, prior to even doing an album or doing anything, so.
Okay. Now how did Coming of Age come about? Who put the group together?
That basically started with me, one of the lead singers, T. Keith. You know, that was the Life Deuce cat we were talking about. And then, it was me and him, and we had one Hispanic dude with us at the time. His name was Frank, and he could actually blow, you know what I'm saying? And he was real tight, so it was just kind of 3 of us. And then we ended up with a couple of my homies who lived in Long Beach at the time. That was Ivan Shaw, Martha, and Tab. And it was kind of just like for fun we got together to do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was even really taking it seriously, like, oh, let's go, you know, be a real group. It was just kind of like to have fun.
So basically y'all was just doing that on the side and probably got some girls' numbers in the process, right?
Yeah, you know.
Singing in the hallway, you know, in the bathroom. You know. It's something about a bathroom. You can get good acoustics in a bathroom.
Man, you get good acoustics anywhere if y'all, you know, vibe right. We was doing this, you know how the school hallways are. So somebody started a little something just for fun, just to get a little somebody watching, and then keep going from there.
Then I'm sure y'all probably was breaking out in the song when y'all was walking the first period. Man,
it was too funny. Too funny.
Too funny.
You know, all good though. All good situations at the time.
Now. So, okay, now how did you guys go about getting your record deal with Zoo?
That was like, that's part of the whole, you know, we wasn't taking it seriously. And actually, Ivan knew someone named Percy who lived in Long Beach. And he just happened to notice one cat, and he was like, he heard us sing, he had us come to the house, and we just sang for him. And he was like, damn. And I remember at the time we were singing some oldie song. I can't remember the name of the oldie song. It was an oldie. And he was like, just sing for Dude over the phone. And Dude wasn't there, and we left a message on his machine, and we sang, and then we was like, you know, just give us a ring back. And he called us back that day like, man, you know what I'm saying, I want y'all to come down here, blow for me, and we're going to try to do something. And it wasn't even a month later before we was on our way to Atlanta to start recording.
Okay. Now, was Zoo the only label really looking at you guys, or that just kind of happened by, you know, coincidence?
No, it was kind of the thing with Zoo at the time. They didn't really have a R&B. They didn't really have a black, you know what I'm saying, music, A&R or anything. And so they was trying to start something up, and we just happened to come along around the same time, you know, that was going on. And we kind of fit what they was looking for, because everybody was looking for a Boys to Men type group, type little hit like that. And we feel what they felt like was going to do that for them. And we just kind of got fortunate and went in and sang for them. We had a sister group with us at the time. I don't know if you remember, and it was called For Real. And it was 4 girls that sang together, and they was doing some stuff as well. And it was kind of like we all went over there at the same time. They actually ended up over at a different label. But that's how we pretty much got started in there.
Okay, and I believe over at Zoo, you had the group Voices that had Tia and Tamara that had the Yeah, Yeah, Yeah joint. And I believe that was where Phyllis Hyman had released the single, Don't Want to Change the World.
Yep. I remember, and in fact, I remember at the same time that we was in there, Brandy was in, they was looking at Brandy, and Radio was trying to do some, and they had actually turned that down at the time. And I remember thinking, damn, you know, little girl, is she going to be something? And wasn't too much later she was.
Boo Boo the Fool.
You know what I'm saying?
Boo Boo the Fool move. That's moves that you make in life that you're like, we should have did that. Ask the people that turned down the Beatles the first time around.
Yeah, I bet. No doubt.
Now,
I look a little closer. Usually at the time, you know, labels are looking for exactly what they wanted. They wasn't really trying to look outside nothing else. They had kind of seen, well, that we need something like whoever's over here that's already hit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and for them, it was kind of the way I saw it at the time, they was trying to just cash in on that hype. And so we just kind of happened to fit that mold at the time. But at the same time, we really could, you know what I'm saying, blow together.
Now, was TQ a part of the original lineup of the group, or did he come later?
TQ came afterwards, actually. But, I mean, it wasn't until we had TQ in the group that the group was really like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? We solid now.
Okay.
And that came about, you know, dude that we had sang for over the phone, Delaney Roberts, we sang for him. And then he kind of, they was like, we need to add some, you know, like we always had felt we was just missing one more because we liked having a 4-part harmony with a lead. And so they knew this young kid, and at the time TQ was 15. And I remember we said, all right, well, let's go meet him. And we went over to his house over in Compton, and his parents met his parents, God bless them. They was real cool with us. And he just did a song. He started singing for us. It was like, this little dude can sing. And then he put on a little dance. That was questionable at the time, but, you know what I'm saying, much love to him.
Now,
but he could blow.
Now, what was the process like recording the debut album?
Well, in order to even get to the debut album, when we signed with Zoo, we actually signed, we just had a development. They just was basically going to give us some money to actually put a demo together because we didn't have, like I told you, we didn't have anything recorded. We didn't have anything. We had just been singing together. So they was like, okay, well, it was kind of more like, let's see if they can do, you know, what we want them to do. And they shot us out. We ended up flying out to Atlanta and recording the first 3 songs we did. With Charlie Singleton. I remember Charlie Singleton was from Cameo. He was one of the writers, singers over there, and you know, that's a man that's got amazing talent. But we actually went down there and recorded with him for about a week, and came back with a demo. And then Zoo listened to the demo, and they was like, all right, we'll go ahead and do this.
Okay.
So we, at that point, basically went back to Atlanta again and just actually did solid recordings on 3 of the songs. On the first one, we did 1 in a Million with him. Both the acapellas were done with him.
Okay.
And then we had various people, Kashif, a bunch of other people that came in later that we worked with to do a lot of the songs. Actually, Kashif wrote the first single, which was Coming Home to Love. And that was actually one of the last songs we had recorded for the album.
Because I remember back in the day, the video on Video Soul, you guys like matching, wearing like some type of shirts. I can't recall the shirts. And everybody was like all crisp and tight. And I remember seeing that like on Video Soul by request for Sherry Carter.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember we was happy when we walked in on the video shoot. You know, we was coming from like, man, they really going to do all this, get to the video shoot. They got clothes all on the racks for us. We're like, oh, we about to get geared up and let's do a video. And it started becoming a reality at that point. Like, man, we really doing a little something, you know. So we was really hyped. We was excited about it at the time.
So what was it like, you guys coming in the music biz at a time when like R&B music was shifting, New Jack was dying out, and hip hop soul was kind of coming in, and you guys were kind of like in the middle?
That's at that time. I mean, we was on the brink. That's when Mary J was about to hit. You know what I'm saying? Snoop hit. Everything was going. R. Kelly was coming out with his. He was just coming out with his second single then. We had changed, you know, all kind of different groups. I mean, a lot of those groups we got a chance to have actually perform with at different shows when we got started. But it was just kind of weird as the way you were coming from where music was kind of had this real studio, like, I want to just say studio singers. They just wasn't real vocalists. You know, they sounded good coming out the studio. And then you had all these people coming out now who had mad skills. And they was coming out with, you know what I'm saying, you had Puffy putting out, doing the Mary J songs at the time, and we was just like, man, there's a whole lot of changes going on. And at that time, we was looking at, they was trying to mold us to be like Boyz II Men at that time, and we was thinking, man, we kind of want to do something a little bit different. I mean, you had Jodeci, you had H-Town, yeah, there was a gang of these groups, you know what I'm saying, that was out at the time that was just getting hot.
Yeah, because at that time it was very saturated. Like you said, Jodeci, H-Town, yourselves, Intro, Boyz II Men, All for One. So it was like...
High Five.
Yeah, Riff.